Hey guys, welcome back. I've got a new video here from Historic England and English Heritage, and it is inside the oldest Roman building in England. I think this one is the Dover Pharos, it said in the description. Haven't heard of this before. I don't think we've done any other videos on it, and so I'm excited for this. I will link the video in the description if you guys want to check it out yourself or any of their other videos, along with links to Patreon, how you can support the channel here on YouTube. If you haven't done so, go check out Patreon because I'm watching tons of shows over there. I've finished some. We finished off IT Crowd, In-Betweeners, tons of stuff. Actually, we just wrapped up a couple of them, but we're doing Conch on Earth now. We're doing, we just finished Last One Laughing. We just started Countdown, which has been hilarious, and then we have another poll going right now. Actually, it might be done today. So if you haven't done so and you're a member or you're going to be a member, jump over there and vote so you can get a say in the next watch, because there's some really, really good ones on the poll. But let's go ahead and get into this video.
2,000 years ago, when the Romans were coming into Britain, they had to cross the Channel to get to Dover. But it wasn't as calm as you might see it today. It could be an extremely treacherous journey. So how did the Romans guide their ships safely into the harbour? This tower is one of the most important pieces of Roman engineering in Britain. This is one of only 3 surviving Roman lighthouses in the world. This
Is she American?
is Dover's Pharos. Hi, Roy.
Hello, Chris.
It's so nice to see you. Thanks so much for having us.
Welcome to the
Maybe not.
castle.
So, Roy, we're here in Dover, Kent, to talk about the Pharos. First off, can you just tell us what it is?
It's this amazing Roman survival.
What is her
at the heart of
accent?
Dover
Like, what
Castle.
part of
And
the
it's a
UK is she
lighthouse.
from?
It's one of only 3 Roman lighthouses to survive, and here it is at the centre of the castle.
incredible.
Interestingly, there were originally 2. There was this one on the east side of Dover. Over on the west side of Dover, there was another, but that fell into ruin, and all that's left of that today are just some remains of its foundation. So this is incredibly important, but it once had a twin on the other side of the town.
So why Dover? Why is Dover so important to the Romans?
All to do with geography. It's this happy coincidence that at the shortest crossing point across the channel, you have a break in about 20 kilometres of chalk cliffs.
Wow,
And
look at
within that break, you have a tidal estuary. That's
Chalk
what makes Dover
cliffs?
special.
Is that what the
So
white
what sort
was?
of Roman activity was happening in the area?
Loads, actually. Because it was that shortest crossing point, you can imagine there'd be lots of maritime activity. Importantly, it's where one of the headquarters of the Roman fleet was based, and that probably explains why the lighthouses are here. It's about a sense of arrival, and this place, along with Richford just along the coast, they were landmark features which told you you're entering the front door of the province, if you like. So yes, it's a bit of Roman bravado as well, I should think.
So what is a pharos? Well, that's really just the Greek word for lighthouse. And this one is looking absolutely amazing for being about 2,000 years old.
It's incredible.
But what do we think it would have looked like back in the day? We don't have any drawings or illustrations from when it was built, but if you look really closely, there are some clues as to how impressive this tower would have been. It would have been an octagonal tower with sloping sides, and we think that it would have risen up 8 stages over 21 meters high. That's over 6 meters taller than what you see today. And at the very top, there would be a platform for a fire. And it's this beacon, which could be seen miles around, that would have acted a bit like the Roman GPS. So how do we know what it would have looked like? Well, there's definitely some telltale signs, but it's hard because buildings, like today, aren't static things. They go through various stages of construction. So you have to pull it apart and think about what pieces come first and which ones come later. What you're looking at the top, where it's grey, it's flint, it's very hard, very straight lines, that top 3 meters is the medieval fabric. And below it, that's the Roman. That's very typical Roman, in fact, with the ceramic banding tiles. You've got the local stones being used, the green sands. It's really lovely, and it's a testament to Roman engineering that it stood this long.
Yes.
So let's go take a closer look.
That's crazy.
So this is a really great place to stop and just have a look at these materials much more closely. So this right at the base, this is this Kentish ragstone, which is a really great, really durable, hard stone that you can use right at the base of these really tall structures to hold it all together. You've got these lovely bits of Roman mortar here. You can see this pink color. That's because they put in brick dust. And what that does is it makes sure that that lime mortar can set even in the wettest of conditions here in Dover. You'll need that. And we also have this tufa, which is a different stone, but it's a bit lighter. It's still really durable, also local, so easy to get here. And to build these big, tall structures with, you need something that's really light. And then there, that's absolutely classically Roman. That tile band that you can see coming across that terracotta, that's what we call a string course. And that just ties the whole thing together. We think it might have also been something that's a bit decorative. They liked the look of it, so they let it go visibly on the exterior. And they used it,
so
again,
interesting,
repeating in the archways, just to give it a bit of color, a bit of character, just to look a bit more monumental and impressive. Oh yeah, and this here is a really great spot to look up and see that angle of that octagonal shape of the tower and that tapering up towards the top. With a lot of careful measurements and some maths, that's how we figured out, well, one of the ways in which we think we know how tall it might have been. So let's go inside now and see what other clues we can find to this Roman lighthouse. Wow, this is amazing. You can really start to get a sense of what it would have looked like.
Wow.
Look at these walls. Look how thick they are. They're meters deep. I guess you'd need that for the base of something so tall, but it must have been a real difficult task to build it. And if we look up, I think we can see some evidence. Yeah, so those holes in the walls, those are for the floor beams. So if you can imagine, there's a floor at each level, staircase running up 21 meters, up to a fire on top, probably storage of wood, it's pretty smoky.
Wonder how the stairs would have been,
but
it would have been along the walls.
Keep that fire lit. So we're in this wonderful church, and we're right next to the Pharos.
Look at that.
And I'm wondering if there's a connection.
Those walls.
There is very definitely a connection. This church was built around the year 1000, so it's a Saxon church. They retained the Pharos, and in fact, in the church's history, there is a physical connection between the Pharos and the church. By the later Middle Ages, there was a link built between the two. And we know, for example, by the early 15th century, the Pharos is being used as a belfry for the church. So the church bells were in there, and they stayed there until the very early 18th century. That's when they were removed.
Did that have a real big impact on the lighthouse and the Roman fabric?
Well, it did, because they had to rebuild the top of the Pharos to house the bells. But perhaps more significantly for us today, it meant that the fabric of the building was maintained. And that's why it survives here next to the church, because these two buildings were interlinked in that way.
Well, thank goodness. The description
really
says
goes to show that actually the continuity of use, how it's changed
only 3
over
of these
time,
lighthouses left
has really actually helped
in the
to
world.
save it.
Yeah, and it's made it the place it is today. And it's that, as you say, the use and the fact that people 100 years ago were conserving it, which means that today people can come here, visit it, and marvel both at the Pharos and the church.
This one's the most complete. Probably because of the church.
The Roman Pharos at Dover is such a rare survival. We're so lucky that so much of it remains today. It shows us just how skilled those Romans were at building tall buildings and how much emphasis they placed on safe navigation on the channel. It would be so easy to walk past this lighthouse and miss the significance of it. I wonder how many more fragments of the Roman world are standing quietly amongst us.
That was an awesome video. Subscribing to them. That was fantastic. Oh, looks like I'm already subscribed. But yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. Just super, super interesting to me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's any other, Roman English Thai videos, let me know. Send them my way. Send links in the comments, and I will absolutely go try to take a look at them and do them possibly for a future video. Let me know if you guys have had the opportunity to go see this or if you live around it. I just think that's incredible because you don't know how much longer these things are going to be around. Incredible. Incredible. I enjoyed it a lot. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe. Have an awesome weekend, guys. Thanks for watching.